Hello ladies and gentlemen on the internet. This is going to be my new video. I'm going to probably have something in the background playing, so I'll have links to that either on the screen and in the description, or both. So you should be able to find that pretty damn easy, and so I'm just going to jump right into it here. Today I was going to talk about basically uniform opinions, or what I'm starting to call uniform opinions, where people sort of, for whatever reason find it necessary to think the same thing as everybody else on the internet. You're probably going to be like, I don't quite understand what you're saying here, mate. Like, what's the go with this? So I'm going to sort of just explain it a little bit. Basically, what my idea of it is that, so take Mass Effect 3 for example. This is probably the best example that I can think of where it's like a biggest problem. I'll drop a couple of other ways it happens, but basically a big clump of people for Mass Effect 3 at the end really hated the ending. And I understand why they did, and I get it, it's fine. But what I don't get is why people seem to think that just because everyone else hates it, they're going to feel alienated and left out if they don't hate it as well. I mean, I know peer pressure is a thing, but on the internet it's a very big place, and if you get alienated for having an opinion, you probably shouldn't be talking to those people anymore, because they're not nice people. So, but of course people don't know this, that you can just say what you think for some reason, so they decide to just sort of agree, so they don't get left out of their little group that they're chilling out in. But I mean, it's happened with other things as well. I mean, Mass Effect isn't the only place this has happened. There's other ways it's happened too. Take something that on the internet that just sort of gets really big, like Gangnam Style. Gets super big, and everybody's like, this is pretty catchy. I quite like this. Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah, I might, have a listen to it. Yeah, I could play it in my car. It's catchy to listen to. It sort of gets your spirits up. It's a happy song. But then somewhere on the internet, just one guy goes, "It's an alright song, bit overplayed." Before you can even frickin' blink, man, freaking even have a second to blink, that shit is goddamn viral. His opinion. You freaking walk into a goddamn... I was in Gmod Theatre, okay? Anecdote time. I was in Gmod Theatre. That flicked on, and everybody hated it. Even the people I was talking to hated it. I'm like, what? Since when does everyone hate this? Everyone was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And now I sort of formed that in my own opinion. Just that one guy was like, nah, it's getting to its point where it's getting to the chocolate rain point, and no one listens to it anymore. And I'm like, oh, well, that happened quickly. I'm sure just one guy thought, oh, yeah, it's getting a bit overplayed, and then just lit the match and threw it into the wooden house, and fire and wood don't mix, so opinions and the internet don't mix very well. So of course everybody's agreeing with him, and and that's that basically. That song has just been sort of cast off the internet. There's a massive group of people who would push and say, oh my god, it's so shit. And that group gets bigger and bigger because from alienation, because people end up in Skype calls or chats with the large majority hates it, and they just sort of say, yeah, I'm with you guys, it's actually pretty lame. But it's just, it is what it is, and there's not much you can do about it. This is probably, peer pressure has always been a thing, but I just find the way that they're applying it on the internet, it just seems a little bit weird, if you know what I mean. I don't feel like you should really be worrying about it on the internet so much. In real life, with your friends, it can be a big thing, because it can get you into drinking and smoking and stuff, and that's, having peer pressure from your friends actually makes a lot of sense. But online friends, no, I mean, unless you're talking to them every day and you get really close to them, and they're freaking your best bud in the world, it could change it. But I mean, really, there's plenty of people. I'm sure that they'll get over the fact that your opinion differs from theirs unless you're a total jerk. So really, people shouldn't be worrying about how people feel about their opinions on certain things. So it just kind of strikes me as strange. But anyway, I think we should move on. So, uniform opinions, we've got Mass Effect over Gangnam Style, which is a reasonably new thing that seems to have just sort of flared up. Another thing, Rebecca Black. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many people actually hated this song, but personally, I was not its biggest fan. So, if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Oh, by the way, I'll have links to stuff, like I'll have links to Gangnam Style in the description, and to this song, and basically to the things I talk about in there if it's worth linking, and you can't just, you know, freaking Google search it. So you can look for all that down there if you're interested anyway. And the music, whatever's playing in the background and whatever's going on, whether I have pictures or a bit of gameplay or something, or, you know, whatever the hell I feel like having. So yeah, Rebecca Black was basically, she's probably like the worst case of cyberbullying due to like a uniform opinion that I think I've seen on the internet, because like there's probably people who like the song, and I'm not doubting that there was, and probably still is. Like, I mean, it's not as big as Gangnam Style, because Gangnam Style was on freaking Video Hits. If you don't know, it's like a Australian TV show, if you're not sure what it is, where they just have like, you know, popular, like the popular mainstream music, like the music videos on like every weekend. So it's a pretty, you know, it's good to watch, because, you know, you keep up with what all the kids are listening to and shit. But yeah, it was on there, and that kind of surprised me a little bit, because no video I've seen on the internet, personally, has actually become big enough to actually get on freaking TV. Like, not in Korea, because he's a Korean star, but like usually that shit doesn't leave their native country unless it's like, you know, fits in with our culture, like they, you know, they're speaking English and they're saying English words. So that's usually the only way. But this, no, full Korean, it's on TV, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of weird. So I was a little bit wondering how to approach that's popping up. But anyway, yeah, it sort of made me think, you know, this really is big and this really is popular, and it's sort of funny how instantly it's just clean slate. Like, that shit's just wiped off the table. No one cares about fucking Gangnam Style anymore. That shit's old news, you know. Freaking the new users, whatever. There's nothing really viral at the moment that I know of personally. If there's some viral shit, please tell me. I want to know about this viral shit, because being in on viral shit really, really helps. And usually, after things become viral, they become a meme. So, get ready for it. Psy memes are gonna show up soon. I freaking put money on it. There's gonna be some Psy memes. So just prepare yourselves for that, and get those screen caps of Gangnam Style ready, because you're gonna need them for the Psy meme overload wave that's going to happen soon. I can see it. If it hasn't already started, there's probably already some. But I don't meme hunt. I'm not on all those freaking, you know, I'm not a freaking hipster and use like 4chan and shit. So I don't even freaking know. I'm not on Reddit or Tumblr or anything like that. That, you know, memes get passed around like a freaking whore on a street corner. Probably the worst analogy ever. Excuse that analogy. But anyway. So I hope this kind of makes sense. I've sort of started to ramble about Gangnam Style there, and I apologise for that, but yeah, I hope you kind of understand what I'm getting at with that. Like, it just strikes me as strange that people feel like alienation on the internet is such a bad thing, when there's so many people on the internet. You can just, like, you know, jump in a freaking Steam chat and start chatting and make some new buds. I've made a heap of buds like that, you know. Like, I mean, I've freaking talked to people once and then never talked to them again, which is really weird sort of outcome, because I mean, there's plenty of people that I've talked to and then I've become friends with and talked to a lot more and sort of got to know. But I have plenty of friends, say on my Steam friends list here that I'm looking at, and there's people on here that I haven't talked to for ages, and you know, hardly ever talked to. I might have only talked to them once and they're just on my Steam friends list. It's really weird, but yeah, it's just sort of, it's one of those things. Uniform opinions are probably not going to go away. I just thought I'd make a video about it to make people aware, because I want to make sure that like people understand what's, I don't know, I suppose people understand it and know it's there, but I felt like expressing about it. I did ramble a bit about Gangnam Style there for a bit. I didn't really finish my part about Rebecca Black, which was basically, you know, she got, actually I think I did mention she got basically hated off the internet. Everybody hated her. She came back with a second song that wasn't really as bad. Like, you know, it was probably a step in the right direction for her, but no, I don't know. I would say she quit while she was ahead, but she didn't really get ahead. So yeah, I'm not sure. I really don't know what to say about that. Some have a feeling that may not have been a uniform opinion for the most part. Everybody just actually hated her, which is pretty horrible. And some of the trolls are the worst. Trolls are like, I swear to God, trolls are the ones that get uniformed. But then they don't just uniform the opinion, they take it to the motherfucking next level. They freaking jump on that shit like it's and you know, they just take it and friggin' piss everybody off, spamming friggin' Rebecca Black sucks on everything that even isn't Rebecca Black, saying Rebecca Black sucks on just friggin' normal videos, you know? Like, seriously. And it's like as big as friggin', I don't know where I was going with that, but this video is getting to like 12 minutes and I seriously didn't think I'd be going for 12 minutes. I think most of this has been talking about Gangnam Style, but I hope I got my opinions across. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, that like, you know, you don't need to think what everybody else thinks. If you don't like this video, if you think I sort of need to rephrase it and do it a little bit better, that's fine. I can definitely make a follow-up and sort of rephrase, and it probably won't be this long because this is getting a bit crazy. I seriously didn't think I'd be getting to like 12.5 minutes. But I suppose time flies when you're whinging about how people seem to hate everything. But anyway, this is my like little rant about people hating shit, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next episode. See ya.